TV coming at you, Katie After Dark. As you can see, this is it's like a special edition of On the Road with Speedwagon, as we're literally on the road. I don't normally do this shit when I'm actually driving, but whatever. So if you feel offended by me not staring at you, fuck you. So I wanted to do a little, lead up to this. This really is a special edition. This isn't a lunch. This isn't a break from work. I'm actually in my street clothes. I'm going to a place I used to eat at when I was a young child, except the location we used to eat at mostly was in Stony Point. Which if you blink, you'll miss it. I'm heading to the one in Maiden. I actually drove by it last week and had been looking for it prior, but never found it. I found it. It looked abandoned, and I was afraid maybe they were closed too. The one at Stony Point closed, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. And, it's tragic because this was a favorite eating place of mine and my family's. This is where we went to eat for all our special get-togethers and whatnot. So needless to say, when I drove by and saw this Jones's, I was excited. So I'd already planned on coming here this week, and it was going to be Friday, because who doesn't love Friday fish box? So I'm driving there. This is very special. I called yesterday to make sure that they were indeed open, and they are. So I'm heading there right now. But I just wanted to give a little, early preparation about what's going on. So hang loose. This is going to be a good one, guys and gals. I'm very excited about this. So I'll be with you shortly. Bye. I'm here. I gotta tell you, man, about a mile and a half away, the excitement was something else. I'm about as excited right now as the first time I got laid, and the second time I got laid, and the third time I got laid, and the last time I got laid. I'm excited, y'all. So some of y'all probably wondering, Speedwagon, what the fuck is a fish camp? Is it somewhere where you go camp out and fish? No. If you grew up in the South, you had your mima and your papa, or your mama and your daddy was growed up right and knowed the ways of the South, you know what a fish camp is. I don't have to explain this to you. You already know. When I said fish camp, you had it. For you uncultured, newfangled people, this is what a fish camp is. A fish camp is an old-fashioned restaurant, simple, working man, old folk, senior citizen, seafood joint where you get the best fucking seafood plate you could ever find. This ain't fancy like Red Lobster. This ain't some hoity-toity go to Myrtle Beach and pay out your butthole for it. This is good fucking fish and scrimps and scallops and fried oysters and just good ass seafood. You get you a big ass bowl of hush puppies when you sit down, some delicious sweet tea, good onion rings. You got friendly people. This, a fish camp, is what the South is all about, son. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This, when I think of the South, there are three things I think about. Liver mush, cheer wine, fish camp. Those are the three things I always thought about when I was living out of the South. Those are the three things I always wanted. when I was living out of the South. And I still miss cheerwine, but I don't drink sodas. We've already been through that. So I'm going to go in here. Let me pop you off of this thing here. Let me spin this thing around. What this place looks like. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. There's the sign. Sorry, Katie, I was wrong. I think I saw another sign that's a little further down that looks old and beat up. And then there's Jones's Fish Camp. I'm sorry to whoever's car that is. Look at that place. That's glorious right there. Now, I don't know if I've ever been in this one before. If I have, it's been a long time ago. I was a young kid. Now, Katie wanted me to order in advance. That way I'd get here and the food was hot and ready. And I'd just go in, get the food, and come back out and show you some sweet food. But I opted to wait because I wanted to sit in there. I wanted to soak up the ambiance. The parking lot's not that full. They just opened about 30 minutes ago. I had intended on being here at 3 when they opened, but I had to run some errands, but that's all right. So I'm gonna run in here, I'm gonna order my food. I'm gonna get some extra food, so don't think that all this food I bring out here into the car and show you I'm gonna eat right now, because I'm not. I'm a fat pig, but I'm not that bad. But I wanted to get some for the weekend, because if this is half as good as it used to be, I'm gonna have to walk across the street, open up the urn, and smack my mama, because that's how good this shit's gonna be, son. I'm telling you right now. I might shed a tear. It's been a long time since I've had some Jones's Fish Camp. I'm not gonna lie. This brings back some fond memories. So if you ain't afraid to see a fat grown man cry, maybe some tartar sauce in his beard, fried crumbs in his beard as well, then just come back. I'll be right back though, alright? Hold tight. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm back. So while I was in there, I'm so glad that I waited and ordered. I got my 2 plates. Man, there's a lot of food here. I'm glad I'm not going to eat all this shit right now. I'll go ahead and turn it around and show you. This is the seafood platters, the shrimp, and there's the crab, and there's onion rings, and shitload of hush puppies, and there's some flounder up under there. Over here, that's the salt and pepper catfish, and hush puppies, and onion rings, tartar sauce, and shrimp sauce. So, because I went inside and waited, I've done ate me a bowl of hush puppies and 2 containers of tartar sauce. So, those are still good. The tartar sauce and the hush puppies are a little different, but not that drastically different. So I won't go into that. The onion rings, son, let me tell you, these look exactly like the onion rings we used to get. Perfect. Yes. Yep. The ambiance was great. There weren't a lot of people in there. They were starting to roll up as I was going in. The dude going in with a KISS shirt. It's a good sign. Let me get a piece of this salt and pepper catfish. It's one of my favorites. Put a little dollop of tartar sauce on there. Perfect. Let's see, let's reach in here and get me some oyster. Pretty good size oyster there. Fried nicely. Look at that son of a bitch right there. Yeah. I'm not digging into that because, you know. Let's see. Open up one of these cocktail sauces here. Try Got on with these popcorn shrimps. Cocktail sauce is still to die for. See if I pinch me off a little bit of flounder here. Everything's so hot and delicious. I'll even try fry. Even the fries are good. So there you go. Jones's Fish Camp. I didn't cry. I'm glad, because, you know, nobody wants to see a grown-ass man crying. I guess it'd been a little funny, but I gotta have me one more of these damn onion rings. I'm gonna grab one of these little fuckers right here. So Katie and I were talking, and said, you know what? Someday, I'm going to find a place that's going to be a 10, and I'm going to find a place that's going to be hurting near close to a 0. Well, folks. Oh yeah, I got to talk about the inside still too. Great seating area, lots of space. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of people there. There were some old folks starting to file in. The lady that served me, super, super nice. She come out and filled me up again. Tea's really good. Even though I haven't finished my meal, it was always tradition at the end of the fish camp jaunt to get a York peppermint patty. So I'm going to go ahead and eat that, because this son of a bitch will be melted by the time I get home. But I have more of these at the house because they're addicted as hell. So, on my way out, same lady said, next time, honey, you should just come on in here and eat so that you can eat it hot and fresh. And I said, oh yeah, I'll be back a bunch. And I'll be eating in next time. I couldn't tell her I had to come out here and eat in the car so you sons of bitches could watch me eat some food. But I hope you enjoyed this edition of Katie After Dark's Eating with Speedwagon. I am your humble correspondent, Chris Speedwagon, coming at you with another edition of Eating with Speedwagon. Hope you all enjoyed it. I sure as hell enjoyed this one tonight. Jones's Fish Camp. 10 out of 10, man. Gooder than hell. Best one yet. If you find yourself in Maiden, get your ass to it, son. So until next time, y'all take care of yourselves and each other. Try to stay out of trouble.